Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to cook a potato rice medley for you. So let's get started. All right, so the diet that I am on, the Dr. McDougall vegan diet, there is no fat and no oils. So what I'm going to use to cook today is organic vegetable broth. Normally you would coat it with oil or butter to cook your vegetables. We're going to use vegetable broth. It'll give it a nice flavor. You could use water. Water would be fine, and then just add seasonings to it. But we're going to use vegetable broth. All right. Let that heat up for a minute. And I want to let you know that this recipe calls for potatoes. So I've diced up and cooked, boiled, 3 large russet potatoes. So these are ready to be used. And in my rice cooker, I've done 2 cups of brown rice, 5 cups of water, and this is ready now. So you can just prepare these items beforehand to make this go quicker for you. And here we go. Our our vegetable broth is boiling. Now to this, here I have onions, green peppers, red peppers, and yellow peppers, and mushrooms. And I have some more mushrooms in this bowl here. I've got now I'm cooking for a family of 6. So my measurements, if you're making it for a smaller family or just yourself, you can use the same measurements, and then you'll just freeze or eat it for the rest of the week. You can modify it through the rest of the week. Yeah. What I will be doing is whatever my family doesn't eat, I'm going to put away, and I will eat for dinner the next night or 2 until it's finished. Let's see here. I will also be using some Italian seasoning, some salt-free seasoning, and about a tablespoon of fresh basil. So we're going to cook this down until these are nice and tender. As you know, I was doing the raw vegan diet, and I'm still juicing. I'm still drinking the juices every day because the juices I found have, I stopped doing the juices yesterday, and I could feel it this morning in my body that my body was just achy. So I'm going to continue juicing, and I'm going to continue eating as much high raw vegetables as possible. But I do, after reading the Dr. McDougall's book, I believe that this is a healthier way for me to lose weight, because the raw vegan diet, while it made me feel better, did not help me lose weight. My weight stayed the same. I'm putting about 2 tablespoons of seasoning, the salt-free seasoning. And I'm going to do about a tablespoon of the Italian seasoning. But, so as I was saying, I was on the raw vegan diet for about a month. I did cheat here and there, I have to admit. But overall, I did not see any significant weight change. So I'm hoping that I will see something change in my dress size or the scale with this diet. So we'll see. I also, after this cooks down, I have a bag of yellow corn, sweet corn, and a bag of chopped spinach, which I'm going to add to this. Now I know it seems like a lot to be adding to this pot, but you have to remember we need to get our protein from somewhere, and it's going to come from these vegetables. And I'm also feeding 6 people, and whatever's left over is going to be my dinner for the next couple days. So it's really not an extreme amount of food to be cooking. My family is not vegan. They love their meat. My husband is a meat and potatoes kind of guy. And I love him right where he is. I'm not going to force him to be a vegan. I mean, if I forced him, I couldn't even force him to be a vegan if I tried. He's a meat man. So I'm also going to be cooking some jerk pork today for dinner. And after I finish this dish, I will show you how I go about cooking the pork. And my household is, again, 6 people, so you can hear in the background, you can hear everybody moving around, in case you were wondering what that noise was. All right, this is cooked down quite a bit. I'm going to add a little bit more of the vegetable broth just to be sure that we don't stick to the bottom. And I'm going to add, this was 3 large russet potatoes. And I boiled them for about 10 to 15 minutes. And we're adding that into this pan. I'm going to stir this in. Before I stir it in though, I'm going to season it again. Now this is a salt-free diet, so I'm going to go in with my salt-free seasoning one more time because we want it to be tasty. We don't want it to be bland. So I added another tablespoon of seasoning. And we'll stir this up. Some of the potatoes I'm going to mash out, and that's fine. You'll have some whole potatoes, some mashed out a little bit. That is okay. Now, I'm going to go in, and I'm going to take one heaping cupful of brown rice. And make it a little bit more. Call that 2 cups of brown rice. And we'll mix this in. And I still have rice left because remember, I cooked 2 cups of brown rice with 5 cups of water. So I have enough brown rice that if I want to make something else in the week, I have that already made up. That looks so good. Smells good too. I'm turn the heat down. And now I'm going to add the yellow corn. Okay. And the chopped spinach. I'm not going to add all of the spinach. I'm going to cook the rest of this in another container because we're running out of space. That looks so good. And it's going to be very filling too. What I've noticed so far on this diet is that the starches really fill you up better than a salad. You can have a salad on the side, but I'm just saying that I stay fuller longer eating something substantial like this. And it takes less food to fill me up as well. So that's less calories. All right. Now I'm going to add in my basil. Now that we're at the end of cooking this, I'm just going to sprinkle it on the top. Okay, let's give this a taste. That is really good. I'm going to take this off the heat now. Clean up my little mess here. Bring over my pan. Here we go. That's my little one in the background there helping out. Okay, I'm gonna let this heat up. Yes? What are you making? I'm making pork now. Pork? Mm-hmm. In a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil. About a tablespoon. And here I have some seasoned pork with green bell pepper and onion. It's seasoned up with some jerk seasoning. And it's not too spicy because the kids will be eating this. let that heat up a little bit more. Okay. Let's just see if this is ready. No, it's not ready yet. I can't wait to dig into that dinner over there. It looks so good. All right. Just waiting for the oil to heat up.
Some have bad days and make bad choices. Some people are bad heavy and should never.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting for this to heat up, I will show you what I made for dessert in my last video. There we go. We're going to have this for dessert tonight. And it's set up quite nicely. It's a pudding. Sweet dark cherry and tofu pudding. And it's not too sweet. It's just light and refreshing. So I'm going to chop up some banana and add that on top of here. And that'll make a perfect dessert. And I think we're almost there. I see bubbles. So that dessert I just showed you is 2 packages of silken tofu, 2 cups of sweet dark cherries, and 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup. Then we blended it in the blender and put it in the refrigerator to set. All right. I'm not gonna lie, this smells good, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to stop craving meat, but it's easy to stop craving meat. I mean, it's easy to not eat meat when you have tasty dishes like that. But it is difficult with the smells. Okay, stir this around a bit. Wrong cup. There we go. We're going to cook this for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to add a little bit of water, or you could add some vegetable broth, and then let it simmer for about 45 minutes so that it really breaks down the meat and the fats, and you just have this really juicy, tender pork. All right, I'm not gonna leave you here to watch me cook this for 20 minutes. And I'm not a professional on the videos, so I can't cut and paste or whatever you do. All right. Well, it's 5 o'clock, so I am going to plate up. This is 1 cup. I like to measure out how much I'm eating so I can keep track. So that's about 2 cups right there. Doesn't that look tasty? All right, I am going to turn down the heat a little bit because I have this on high. Okay, and I'm going to bring you over here.